So is a PG-13 rating a bad idea for The Mandalorian? That's what I want to talk about today. Hey there everyone, it's RevKev here. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So as it was announced just a few days ago, all of the movies, all of the TV shows, all of the content that we are going to find on Disney Plus streaming services starting November 12th is all going to be PG-13 or lower. That means PG-13, PG, or G. That's kind of the big three ratings that we're going to see on PG-13. Now there was a little bit of fear and trepidation on that. A lot of people worried that that means the shows aren't just going to have that gritty edge that they were hoping for, looking at some possibility of seeing some MCU or some even Star Wars content being more focused towards adults. And I get it. I can totally get where that comes from, because I remember just the conversation that we were starting to have right after Rogue One came out, when this scene happened in the movie. Now, I did not like Rogue One at all. I thought it wrecked the character of Luke Skywalker just as much as The Last Jedi did. But this scene was incredible. I actually have goosebumps on my arm right now just having it playing again here on my laptop. This just set everything up with this possibility of what could a darker, maybe even rated R Darth Vader movie look like. Because when we all saw Darth Vader as little kids in the 70s and 80s, we had nightmares about Darth Vader. We were scared of Darth Vader, and we dreamt about it and came up with all these different scenarios. And now that we're a little older, we now want to see it. We expect a little bit more maturity from our entertainment, and so that's just a natural thing. So the big debate is, was it a good idea for Disney to keep the Disney Plus streaming service PG-13? Is this going to hurt it when there's a number of fans that are looking for and longing for something a little grittier or something a little bit more edge to it? Now, I totally get where those people are coming from. Personally, I think keeping Disney Plus PG-13 was a really good idea. This is just my opinion. Now, it could be because I'm a father, but it can't even really be because of that, because my kids are like 18 and 16 years old, and I've raised my kids in such a way where I taught them to monitor themselves. I didn't have to kind of be all legalistic and say, in my house we never do this and we never do that. It's like, no, I kind of taught my kids, check it out, evaluate it. Is it good for your heart? You know, to kind of participate and watch these type of things. So for me, I choose to not watch movies that are rated R. The rare exception, Passion of the Christ, obviously. Logan, snuck that one in there. A few other movies like that I sneak in from time to time. John Wick. Loved John Wick. So violent, but man, I love that movie. Sidebar. So I'm not really looking at it as a parent. I'm just looking at it from, what do I want to watch? Because when I go through Amazon Prime, I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch The Boys. A few minutes into it, I turn it off. Oh, I want to watch this show. A few minutes into it, I turn it off, because it's just not hitting what I'm looking for in entertainment. And Disney Plus, with their PG-13 just across the board, is going to hit it. And so I'm really happy with that. But I get it. I get this tension, because now here we got The Mandalorian, and they dropped this trailer. I mean, let's just kind of go through this trailer together a little bit. I mean, it's dark. This is like some gritty stuff. Like right away, starting off with some Stormtrooper helmets. You know, like total Vlad the Impaler here. Like here you got like these poor guys. These are just, you know, foot soldiers. They're just following orders. And, you know, imagine you're in a battle. You know, you're going around just doing your own thing, and some guy cuts your head off, sticks it on a pole. So I don't know if you can hear me or not, and I just want to go on record that I am not Hello Greedo. Or am I? No, I'm not. Love his channel. Awesome stuff. Don't always agree, but I love it. So yeah, so just this scene right away just sets up this dark, gritty tone that we're going to see, which makes total sense for the timeline. This is taking place 6 years after Return of the Jedi. Now, the Outer Rim territory on a good day under the Empire would have been dark and gritty. And now with no law, no government in place, it's like every man for himself. All the crime lords, all the the military that would be left behind, and you get a glimpse of them, you know, coming up here. You see Death Troopers are here. Some kind of Imperial Officer is going to be coming up. Oh, just wait a minute. I just got to pause here. Just 1 second. Okay, this is me just geeking out here, but the throwbacks to my childhood in this trailer is amazing. Like, I absolutely love the fact that here you got this rider that's on here from the Ewok Adventure, you know, bringing in some of the monsters back from that. So, anyways, I just thought that was really cool. You know, but they're setting up this whole tone, this whole feel, this Wild West, this lone gunman, you know, Death Trooper firing squads, you know, military versus the Mandalorian. And you just get the sense that this is going to be a lot more violent. This is going to have a lot more tension to it. I mean, look at this scene coming up here with Boba Fett and IG-88. Just taking everybody out. Like,
bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
It just looks so great. But this being PG-13, let's be honest. That guy here is not getting cut in half. You know, it sets this whole setup that it's going to be dark and gritty and violent and this and that. But the reality is, with the PG-13 movie, we know it's not going to be. It's going to pull away. I just picture a scene like this where this door closes on this guy. I just picture him being stuck there. And the Mandalorian kind of going by another door, and he's like, hey, 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 let me out, hey, hey, you big meanie, let me out. Ha, 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 funny joke. That's my prediction for this scene. We'll see if I'm right in a couple of months, right? But this whole idea of PG-13, is it a good idea? Is it a good idea for a show like this? Because let's be honest, there's a little part of us that wants a little bit more, to be a little grittier. But the reality is, in a lot of PG-13 movies, we get good action. We get a good level, if you're into kind of that action and the violence, that it's there. I think of some of the PG-13 movies that are absolutely amazing and pull this off really well. Stuff like the Dark Knight trilogy, stuff like the Jason Bourne movies, stuff like, oh, what were the other ones that I thought of? Dark Knight, Jason Bourne, all the Marvel movies, James Bond movies, Casino Royale. Those were all rated PG-13. In fact, Steven Spielberg once said PG-13 is the best rating to get for these type of movies, because you get people convinced it's not for little kids, but it's still kind of open up to everyone, that you're going to see some pretty good, gritty stories in that rating. So personally, I think PG-13 can work really well. Now we got to remember, in Star Wars, up until we got Revenge of the Sith, all the movies were rated PG. There wasn't a rated PG-13 system in place when the original trilogy came out. And even when the prequel trilogy started, it started off PG. So when we had scenes like, you know, the Ewoks beating on, you know, Stormtrooper helmets, well, did they eat these people? Did they decapitate these people? Well, we know from the movie, Ewoks eat human beings. I remember being, you know, 13 years old or 12 years old when Return of the Jedi came out, going, these things are monsters. They're like, oh, sure, cute and fuzzy, but they probably have fangs and claws and all these things, which I was kind of hoping to see, but we didn't see it. But maybe they ate them. That's one of my Star Wars theories, is these guys got eaten when they're having this party, this celebration. Their dinner, right? Because we just got used to seeing them eating everybody. And that was still rated PG. Star Wars, with the fear that we had of who Darth Vader was and him being just such a big, powerful villain, was all done during PG. Even kind of Anakin Skywalker in Attack of the Clones, starting to make that journey to the dark side and slaughtering sand people, PG. It wasn't until Revenge of the Sith, when Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting in the volcano and Anakin is on fire, the birth of Darth Vader, where we finally got a PG rating in Star Wars. And it has just continued with that ever since. So we can get some really good storytelling and some really good stuff, I believe, from The Mandalorian, even with the PG-13 rating. Now this scene here with the carbonite, this is just, can we just call it what it is? Like, come on, like, can we just say that the Mandalorian is Boba Fett? I mean, we already know that not all Mandalorians were bounty hunters. That Mandalore had a kind of already has this big lore now that was developed in the Clone Wars and in Star Wars Rebels, of being kind of these warriors, this proud people. They're just keep introducing Mandalorians as bounty hunters is silly. And this picture of Boba Fett from Star Wars The Holiday Special is the Mandalorian in this trailer, in my opinion. I'm just convinced it's Boba Fett. So that's just my little prediction as we're talking about this movie right now. So that's just what I think. But yeah, I would love to know what you think. You can put that in the comment section below. Will a PG-13 rating hurt this? Are you disappointed by it? Were you hoping for something maybe, 14 plus, maybe even rated R? Were you kind of hoping that they were going to go in that kind of direction for these Star Wars shows on Disney Plus? Would love to read your comments. And as always, I so appreciate each and every one of you who subscribe to the channel. It means the world to me. And thank you for liking and commenting. I just love interacting with all of you as we talk Star Wars and just have a lot of fun together doing it. So until the next video, this is Rev Kev, and just take care. God bless you, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.